christiangeekcentral.com.
Alright, so I have completed my long rest, and now it's the beginning of a new round. Alright, so the Bandit Commander is starting out first, and he's going to use his special ability number 2, which is to summon a Living Bones right here. And that's going to be a little pain in my butt, but there are worse things that he could have done, I think, probably on his turn. Alright, Shadra's up next, or specifically her Mystic Ally is up next. It's going to move 2 spaces, 1, 2, and then attack with a strength of 3. That's pretty good on this Living Bones here. And let's see what happens. 2 times the damage. Got to love that. Gotta love that. Alright, so that's going to be 6 damage on the Living Bones. That's going to take it out. Sweet. Love to see that happening. Alright, so now Shadra is moving in. She's going to use generic movement of 2 to go right here. And then she's summoning her arcane powers to cast Flame Strike. So we got 2 range. That's going to be plenty to get to the Bandit Commander. And then a 3 damage coming at him. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, so not super effective. Just kind of glanced him a little bit. So that's just going to be 1 point of, or excuse me, just 2 points of damage coming his way. But that was first blood, at least. We got to get started on this Bandit Commander with this frickin' 16 hit points. So now Whisper's going to see if she can follow up on that. First with her, let's see here. I guess I can do these in any order that I want. So let's build up to the big one. Swift Bow is how we're starting off. So that's going to be attack of 3. We've got the range on that. Let's see what happens. She draws back the string. Oh, wait. Crap, I gotta discard that now. I drew from the wrong pile. Alright, let's try that again. Whisper! -1, so that sucks a little bit. But she's following up with her Flintlock. And you know what? I need to look that up. What the heck is a Flintlock? That's right, it's like a gun. You know, that's the one time that I would like that some pictures kind of would be handy here, especially for someone like me that really likes theme. I really largely it doesn't bother me at all that there's no pictures on the cards. But if I were to change one thing in the second edition, well, I'd change a bunch of things. I'd have some easier difficulty options for sure. But yeah, maybe some pictures in the background of these the cards would be really cool. So anyway, she's busting out this gun that I guess she has on her, and yeah, she's gonna attack that bandit. 5 damage coming at him. Oh, and 2 experience for me. That's a nice little gift. And let's see how that is modified. Oh my gosh! Completely missed him! And that super sucks because I actually have to lose that card. Oh man. Alright, so we're moving on to the living corpses, who are really just gonna go... Alright, so new round. The boss, the Bandit Commander, is going first. He's just gonna summon another Living Bones. And that's gonna go right there next to Shadra, unfortunately. Yikes! Actually, I just did that out of order. Whisper needs to go first. Let's grab this Living Bones back here. Whisper's turn comes first. Alright, she's gonna use a generic move of 2 to get right here. Excuse me, Mystic Ally. And then she's gonna bust out a Venom Shiv and shove it into the ribs of this Bandit Commander, if possible. And that's poisoned. So I would love to get the poison trait on this guy so that all of my attacks against him in the future will do more damage. But first up, I do get a little extra experience. That's kind of nice. And then here we go. Attack of 3, modified... -1. Oh, that sucks a little bit. But he does still get poisoned, which I'm very happy about, and loses 2 hit points. Now, it's good that I caught that, because when the Living Bones, the skeleton, comes out, he gets put down in a hex next to the the figure that summoned him, and I try to also put him as close as I can to an enemy figure. And before, Shadra was going to be the only choice that I had there, but now that Whisper's up here, both are equally viable as far as I can tell, and so I can choose either one. And so I am going to choose to have this thing materialize over here, because that will interfere. That will interfere a lot less with my plans for Shadra's turn, which is going to happen right now. Actually, it's not going to make that big of a difference. I was mistakenly thinking that I might be able to hit both the Bandit Commander and the zombies with my fire orbs. With my original plan, I wouldn't have had quite the range to get that done. But instead, I'll just use my fire orbs. I just won't even use this card that I was going to use for its generic movement, or for its movement, excuse me. And I'll just use fire orbs now against the Bandit Commander and against the skeleton here. I wish I could have maximized that a little bit more, because I do have to lose this card after I use it, but that's alright. I think it'll still hopefully be useful here. That's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, yep, and I've got the range to attack both of them. So let's deal with... well, first off, I get some experience, for 1 for each enemy targeted. 1, 2, so that's kind of nice. And then, yeah, let's fire off these fire orbs, starting with... let's build the suspense a little bit. Let's start with the living bones and see how that works out. Okay, so no modifier one way or the other, so that's going to be 3 straight up damage coming his way. Not going to be enough to take him out. Let's see here. Wait, have I done damage to this guy? Is this the guy I pulled out before? Have I done... Oh, crap, I'm all confused now. Yeah, I accidentally kept the damage counters on the monster card from the last living bones that I killed, which also apparently was a number 2. I just grabbed randomly that number 2 living bones, and that was the last one I had out on the board. So, okay, so yeah, I'm all up to date now. He's got 3 damage on him, and now let's see what happens with the Bandit Commander. Oops, oh, I almost had Whisper firing that fireball off. Okay, here we go. Oh, crap, you're kidding me. Oh, my gosh. All right. Was there a thematic reason to add those curse cards? Of course, I wouldn't be complaining if it was unthematic and yet helpful to me. But still, I'm like, special rules, add 3 curse cards to each character's attack modifier deck as a scenario effect. It'd be cool if in the flavor text there was something about a dark, evil, mystical energy permeating the place. So then I was like, oh, okay, so it's the dark, evil, permeating energy. Rather this way, it just feels a little bit like, this one was a little too easy in playtesting. Let's throw some curse cards in there, you know. I don't know. All right, the living corpses, I was looking at the wrong... I was looking at my initiatives wrong. They actually should have gone before Shadra did her thing, but they couldn't have done anything anyway. They've just got... they got a bonus to their movement, but that would land them right on this guy, so they can't go any further than that. This guy can go 1, 2. There we go. Oh, you know what? I might have been able to target... I would have been able to target this guy with that spell. Oh, well. My fault. I forgot. Moving on. All right, new round. Shadra is going first. She's going to be casting Icy Blast and pretty much nailing all the bad guys in this whole area here. Range of 3, attack of 2. Gets the muddle effect, puts some ice out in the environment, and nets her 2 experience along the way, so that's pretty exciting. Let's take care of some of the... Well, I'm supposed to wait to put the ice out at the end. I just don't want to forget. So I'll just hold this in my left hand. Hopefully that'll help me remember. And let's do 2 experience for that. That's going to take her up to 10, and then 1. And I believe it was YouTube user gaming rules that just brought to my attention that actually you don't level up when you hit 10. You're just supposed to grab one of these experience tokens. I already made that mistake, I already leveled these guys up, and I'm not going to backtrack on that, because so far I think it's increased my enjoyment and the pace that I've been able to have with this game to have them leveled up a little bit more. So, but going forward, I have written down that like their next level that they're going up to is 45, even though that's the level you're supposed to, the experience you're supposed to get to in order to reach level 2. I'm kind of like offsetting all the required experience for each level by 1, so now it will be 45 that each of my guys will need in order to get to level 3, and then we'll continue going from there. So anyway, okay, great. So that gives Shadra one of these 10 experience tokens. That'll be nice. Let's see here. Alright, so let's draw cards for all of these guys. Let's see here. Yeah, I can fit them all, every single one of these guys, into my Icy Blast. Alright, so we'll start with, let's start with this Living Bones over here, and see what happens to him. 2 damage coming his way. Oh, totally misses. Alright, let's do Rotting Flesh, or Living Corpse, whatever the crap they're called. Number 1, plus 2 damage. Nice, so he's going to get 4 damage on him, which makes me very happy. And he already had 1 damage on him already, so he is out. Oh, I don't know, I guess it wouldn't be like a mess of gore. It would be like a shattering or something like that. Alright, so let's draw for the other Living Corpse now and see what happens there. Minus 1 damage, so that's going to be just 1 point of damage on him. Still, he's moving along, getting frozen and jacked up. And now the big guy. Let's see what happens with the Bandit Commander and the Icy Blast. Oh, you're kidding me! Come on! Alright, and I'll have her use her a generic movement of 2 just to move her back 1 step, and that's the end of Shadra's turn. Alright, next up is the Living Bones. This turn he gets a shield of 1 added to himself. And then also gets to heal himself of 2 damage, which sucks, but at least he's not going to be attacking me, so I guess I can live with that. Then the Bandit Commander goes next, and he is using his special 2 ability, which is to summon Living Bones, so that means that's going to go right there. Doesn't get to take an action, though, yet, thankfully. Oh, dang, I forgot to have the Mystic Ally attack. Let me do that now really quick. I'll just put her over to the Living Bones here. And that's going to be an attack strength of 3 coming at him. Let's see what happens. 2, minus 2, that sucks. So that's minus 1 health on that Living Bones right there. Okay, so now we're moving on to Whisper. Alright, now Whisper's going aggressive. I chose cards that would allow her to attack twice this turn. So she's going to start off with singling the Bandit Commander out. Not to my full advantage, though, because he's not adjacent to any of my allies, so I can't take advantage of that. But it's an attack of 3, which will be good enough for now, hopefully. And let's see how that's modified. Plus 0. Okay, so I will totally take that. That's going to be 3 damage that I am grateful for on the Bandit Commander. Ooh, but he's poisoned, so that's going to actually be 4 damage on that punk. Very, very happy about that. So I'm actually not doing terrible. I've got a total of 10 damage now against this Bandit Commander, unless I, at some point, made a mistake in my moving of damage tokens around. Here comes 3 more damage to the Bandit Commander. Let's see how it's modified. Plus 0 again. Very happy about that. So that's 4 more damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's already just 2 points away from being taken out. And now it's the Living Corpse's turn. Let's see here. They only get a movement of 1, though, and that is not going to allow him to shuffle his butt out there to do anything. So that is the end of the round. Alright, I gotta be quiet because my wife is taking a nap in the next room. Alright, so all of my guys are going to take long rests right now. I think that's the best way to go, which means that the Bandit Commander is going to go first this round. He's going to use special number 2, which is once again summoning more of these freaking Living Bones. My gosh. So that's going to go right here, really crowding up the place, making me a little bit uncomfortable. Alright, so now the Living Bones go next, and they are both going to be attacking Whisper. Okay, so Living Bones number 2 is going first. Attack strength of, what do we got here? 1, modified. Oh, crap. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. I was thinking about something else. I said, oh, crap, for a second, because I was thinking they could target 2 guys at once, but that's not going to be a problem. You know, can they target... I mean, I'm doing number 2 right now. Okay, well, let's resolve this. This is for Whisper, minus 1, and he only has 1 attack strength, so it's actually not going to do any damage. It's pretty awesome. Unless, is there a minimum? I can't remember. All right, so yeah, as I did a quick scan of the rules. As far as I can tell, there's no minimum damage, so then that is going to mean actually 0 damage onto Whisper. But This guy can target 2 people at the same time, and the mystic, whatever you call it, what is it then? The mystic ally is a viable target, so I need to draw for them as well. Let's see what happens. 1 damage, plus 0, so that is 1 damage to my mystic ally. Alright, now the other living bones, yeah, let's see. Yeah, this guy, he was just summoned, so he's not going to take a turn. He couldn't reach anybody anyway, but this living bone's going to attack Whisper. Here we go. Plus 0. Okay, so 1 damage coming straight at her. I got to figure out... you know what? I'll just take the damage for now. That brings me down to 7, and that takes care of the living bones. So now it's the living corpses. This is a really favorable position for me right now because they only have a movement of 1, and unless that gets modified significantly, they're kind of like stuck in this room as long as my the bandit commander is there. So they have plus 0 to move, plus 1 to their attack, but again, there's no one they can really target right now, and then they can't use poison on, there's no adjacent enemies, so nice. Very happy about that. Alright, so I've just completed a long rest for both of my characters. Whisper got a couple of hit points back. Shadra was doing just fine. So I think we're ready for a new round. Alright, so we got a new round here. Shadra is leading us off, and let's see, one card I just picked. It's purely for its initiative. There's nothing else that I want to use this card for right now. So what I really want to do is Impaling Eruption. So let's see, this is an attack of 3, it's a range of 4. I'm going to be targeting this living bones right here, but what's awesome is additionally target all enemies on the path to the primary target, gain 1 experience for each enemy targeted. So that's going to be, regardless of my success, 3 experience points. 1, 2, 3, very nice. And then this is going to be 3 damage that I'm going to be drawing for each of these guys. So let's start with the skeletons. Let's do skeleton number 6. 3 damage, modified. Oh man, complete failure. That super sucks. Skeleton number 2 here. Alright, he's going to take the full 3 damage. That's super sweet. And that punk already had some damage on him, so that's actually going to finish him off. I wish I could get coins for these, but any summoned monsters don't leave behind coins, so... oh well. And now, let's finally see what happens to the bandit commander. Please, come on, freaking impale this punk! Plus 1. Bye-bye, bandit commander. That's super awesome. Crap, I forgot to have the mystic ally go. The mystic ally was supposed to go right before Shadra. Totally forgot. She might have maybe taken out one of those skeletons or something. Oh well, my bad. Good thing I'm cheating, right? Okay, Whisper's turn, and she's going to try and use an attack 3 against this living bones. He already has 2 damage on him, so if all 3 of that gets through, then he will be taken care of. She gets 1 experience for doing that, so that's very nice. 3 damage, let's see how it's modified. Plus 1, bye-bye. Alright, so living bones are up next. We just have 1 of those. He's going to move right here and then attack Whisper, and he's going to actually attack her twice because his action card for this round says target 1 enemy with all attacks. So I'm really glad there's no damage modifier in his favor going along with that. So let's see here. He's got... oh my gosh! Oh no, wait, that's living corpse, living bones. Thank goodness. 1 damage coming Whisper's way. Let's see how it's modified. Oh my gosh, plus 2? Holy crap, how am I going to deal with that? Yeah, it's 3 damage, but I do have a card in my hand that will allow me to heal 3 damage if I want to use it on my next round. So I will go ahead and take all 3 of that. 1, 2, 3, puts me down to 6 hit points. Now, second attack, 1 damage coming. Let's see how it's modified. Minus 1, no damage. Okay, cool, I am all for that. And finally, the living corpses are going to finish us up. They only have a movement of 1, and so a modifier of minus 1 means it's not going anywhere and it's not doing anything. So yippee frickin' skippy. Alright, so Whisper is going to be leading off the new round, and going to be doing that with throwing knives. And I'm going to attack both the living bones and the living corpse. So let's see how that goes. Oh, I do get an experience, 1 experience point out of the deal. That brings me up to 10, very good. Okay, attack damage of 2 against the living bones number 9, modified. by +1. So that's going to be 3 damage coming his way. Awesome. All right, second throwing knife coming at the living corpse. -1. That sucks. All right, so just 1 damage on that guy. All right, this might be a little bit presumptuous of me, but I want to kind of keep the show on the road so I don't get too exhausted before I loot everything that I want to loot. So I am going to keep going with her using Venom Shiv and its movement of 5. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 and reveal this room. All right, so got a treasure chest, surprise, surprise, and being guarded by an elite one of these living corpses. Ugh, those guys, super ugly, super ugly. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to continue. I got 2 more movements, so I'll go 1, 2, and just wait there for him to take it. Wait, you know what? Do I want to wait? Do I want to wait? Yeah, I don't think I need to... Ah, gosh. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just go right up here. Let's not waste any time. Alright, so now it is Shadra's turn. First, I'm going to have my Mystic Ally take its move. So it's going to move right, let's say here. And then it's got how much damage? 3 points of damage. Oh, wait a minute. No. It's not going to move because it's a ranged attack, so it's not going to move any closer than it needs to. So, alright, so that's 3 damage coming at that living bones. Let's see what happens here. Oh, nice! 4 damage at the living bones. That's got to finish it off, right? It's already got 1, 2, 3 damage on it. Okay, boom! Bones splinter and fly everywhere. Okay, so now Shadra's going to move. First, actually, before she moves, she's going to use Reviving Ether to recover all of her lost cards. And then I'm just going to have her move 2 spaces of generic movement. Okay, now this is awesome. Once again, living corpses, move +1, so that's fine. He'll go right here, and now he's totally within range. But there's no attacking going on, and living corpse suffers 1 damage. I love it. Alright, so the living corpses have done what they can do, and that's the end of the round. Alright, Whisper is going to be leading us off, and I'm going to start by having her move and dumping a little bit of her special mixture onto this living corpse as she gets situated here. 1, 2, and then he is going to get poisoned, which is super awesome. And then she is going to, because she ended her movement in that space, she is going to loot. Let me put this here. It says to put it over here on this mat, but I think I'd rather put it on the guy so I remember more easily. Okay, so then she's going to loot this treasure chest. Let's see what's in it. Wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. She moved. She hasn't looted anything yet. She poisoned him, but that was her movement. I still have to do her the top card ability, which I'm going to use single out. Which is going to be just an attack of 3. I can't. He's not adjacent to any of my allies, so I can't take advantage of that second part. But yeah, so attack damage of 3 coming at this guy. Let's see how it is modified. Oh crap! I completely missed. That super sucks. But he is poisoned, and I still get the treasure. Let's see what it is. Okay, so she opens up the chest, and inside, 10 gold. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take it. What would be awesome is if by 10 gold they meant 10 of these little coin things, which then gets multiplied at the end depending on like the level of the dungeon and all that kind of stuff. But no, I'm pretty sure they mean just 10 gold. So, alright, I'll take it. Okay, now we go over to Shadra, and first her Mystic Ally is going to attack. 3 damage coming at this living corpse. Let's see how it's modified. +0. So that's going to be 3 damage that he's just going to have to take. And enough damage that it's going to take him out. So he is gone. So that doesn't leave Shadra with very much to do. I'm just going to have her move 3. So she will go 1, 2, 3. And I've got line of sight to that elite living corpse in there, but I don't have any kind of spell. I did have Flame Strike at the ready to fire at whatever might be left on the board there, but... we're all good. So, actually, you know what I might do instead? Is have her just move here and stop right here so that at the end of her turn she can at least loot this coin. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Alright, now this odious, bloated, living corpse. is not going anywhere, but he doesn't need to. And he's got +1 damage coming at me, this elite punk. Oh, good. The elite living corpse doesn't have damage any worse than the regular. But it's still going to be 4 damage coming my way. Oh my gosh, let's see how it's modified. +0. So that's 4 damage that I got to deal with. Yeah, I mean, I still have a healing option that I can get to eventually, but I think what I'd rather do, just because it would get me a little too close for comfort to 0 in my hit points, is I'll instead just opt to lose this card and not have to worry about any of that damage. Yikes, man. Yeah.